Hey ladies, welcome back to the ONCE program. This is online nutrition education for sisters, which means it was created specially for you. My name is Joy Senior, and this is week number 3 out of the 6 on this journey to a healthier you. Each week you'll receive a link to the module, which you can complete whenever is more convenient for you. Just as a reminder, be aware that in order to move to the next topic, you must complete the previous one. We all are busy women, and that's the reason why each session was designed to take no more than 12 minutes of your time. And now, going back to the topics for our program, Module 1 was Back to Basics Part 1, where we covered nutrition basics. Module 2 was Back to Basics Part 2, where we talked about physical activity basics. Today on Module 3, it's all about quality and quantity. We'll talk about the MyPlate distribution and how to read food labels. Module 4 covers grocery shopping and how to eat healthy on a budget. Module 5 gives you some tips on how to fix quick, healthy, and delicious meals. And Module 6 covers some key aspects of weight management, strategies to lose weight, and keep it off. So let's begin with our third module. It's all about quality and quantity. On this module, we will talk about MyPlate distribution, what is a nutrition facts panel, components of a nutrition facts panel, and how to read a nutrition facts panel. Here we go. On June 2nd, 2011, First Lady Michelle Obama and USDA Secretary Tom Vilsack released the federal government's new food icon, MyPlate, to serve as a reminder to help consumers make healthier food choices. MyPlate is a new generation icon with the intent to promote consumers to think about building a healthy plate at mealtimes and to seek more information to help them do that by going to choosemyplate.gov. The MyPlate icon emphasizes the fruit, vegetable, grains, protein, and dairy groups that we already covered in Module 1. Remember? MyPlate illustrates the 5 food groups that are building blocks for a healthy diet using a familiar image, a place setting for a meal. Before you eat, think about what goes on your plate or in your bowl or cup. For more information on MyPlate, go to choosemyplate.gov. So now that we know a little more about quantities and food groups distribution, let's move on to one important aspect to ensure the quality of your food: reading food labels. Food manufacturers are required by law to put nutrition facts on food labels. This way, we can have accurate information about the foods we buy. All processed and packaged foods must have nutrition facts. Some foods like fresh fruits and vegetables, fresh seafood, and spices do not require a nutrition label. Restaurants are not required to label their foods, but some volunteer to do so. A smart shopper reads food labels to find out more information about the foods they eat. How many calories or fat grams are in a serving? Does this food contain trans fat? Is it low in sodium? Is it a good source of dietary fiber? Does the vitamin and mineral content of this brand compare to a similar product in another brand? Food labels provide a wealth of information on how a food product contributes to the daily diet. Take advantage of all the nutrition information available to make quick, informed food choices. The nutrition facts section of the food label includes information on serving size, calories, fat, sodium, and other nutrients. The list provided here includes all the mandatory components of the nutrition facts label in the order in which they must appear. First, we have information about calories, like total calories and calories from fat. Information about fat, which includes total fat, saturated fat, trans fat, and cholesterol. Then we have information about sodium. Then information about carbohydrates, which includes total carbohydrates, dietary fiber, and sugars. Then we have information about protein. And then we have information about vitamins and minerals like vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and iron. Also, very important, don't forget to read the list of ingredients. If a food is made with more than one ingredient, then the food manufacturer is required to have an ingredients list on the label. All ingredients are listed in order of weight or concentration, with the largest amount listed first and the smallest amount listed last. So, if you're looking to buy a package of oatmeal cookies and oatmeal is the last ingredient in the list, just put it down and walk away, sister. Walk away. Now, we're going to use a sample label for mac and cheese to illustrate which nutrients the experts recommend you limit and which they recommend you consume in adequate amounts. We start at the top with the serving size, which is standardized to be consistent between similar products, making it easy to compare nutrient content. Pay attention to the serving size and the number of servings in the package. If the serving is half a cup and you eat a cup, then you're getting twice the calories, fat, and other nutrients listed on the label. Be careful. The next step is checking the calories. Calories are a measure of how much energy is in a serving of food. This section of the label can help you manage your weight. Look at the total calories per serving as well as the calories from fat. Eating too many calories, whether they're coming from protein, grains, or fat, is linked to obesity and overweight. Keep that in mind. The third step is checking total fat, saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, and sodium. When comparing food labels, combine the grams of saturated fat and trans fat and then choose the food with the lower combined amount. Recommended intakes are: for fat, 20 to 35% of your total daily calories. For saturated fat, less than 10% of calories. For trans fat, 1% of calories or less. For cholesterol, less than 300 milligrams a day. Sodium should be limited to reduce your risk of high blood pressure and certain chronic diseases. You should consume 1 teaspoon of salt per day, which is less than 23 milligrams of sodium. Step 4 in food label reading is the list of micronutrients, which includes several important vitamins and minerals that are lacking in Americans' diets. Your goal for these nutrients, and I mean vitamin A and C, and the minerals calcium and iron, is to get 100% of the daily value, or DV, every day from the foods you eat. Step number 5 is looking at the footnote on the bottom section of the label. All food labels must carry a footnote saying, % daily values are based on a 2,000 calorie diet. The remaining part of the footnote is not required if the size of the label is too small. And the final step is checking the daily values, or DVs. As a quick general rule, 5% or less is low, and 20% or more is high. Make sure to go back to steps 3 and 4 to remember what nutrients you should limit and which ones you should get enough of. And there you have it, sisters. We've covered the basics on My Plate and food label reading. That concludes module number 3. Make sure to check out the recipe and workout videos of the week. Join us next time for our 4th module, where we'll talk about grocery shopping. This is ONCE, online nutrition education for sisters, providing access to a healthier you.